Your project should be to bring the mind to a state when it is so serene that all the happiness of the world becomes little. Mind is like a lake, and if you calm it down, the sky comes into it. If it is distracted, then fishes and frogs, they become the reality of your mind. So either keep up with your family of fishes and frogs by like and dislike, or reflect the sky. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Brahmanandam Param Sukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagan Sadrisham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om. Adoration to Sadguru, who is Brahman, the giver of supreme bliss, embodiment of pure consciousness, one without a second, vast as the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond the three gunas and their modifications, the supreme preceptor. Yoga Vasishtha, Upasama Prakarana, section 29. And having concluded the story of Bali, Sage Vasishtha continues to enlighten Rama. He renounced the deluded notion, this is delightful for me, and that is not delightful for me. This is desirable, but that is not desirable. This I love, but that I hate. This type of mind is the source of all misery. But that's what the picture of practical mind is. You unmind your inner resources and mind everything else. And the error happens. The mind is constantly shaken by like and dislike. So what is immediately present in your own personality, the source, God, that God is completely forgotten. You are living in your own world. A baby is in a mother's arms, well protected. But sometimes they start shouting and crying and jumping and kicking the mother. Now let me go into more precise way of saying. If you are divinely awakened, or if you make that as your goal, then how does it look like? Firstly, you will be so aware of God's blessings to you that even when adversity comes, you say, thank God, I didn't know I needed it. Glory to you. Trouble comes to your body, threatening to such an extent that you can't stay with it. But even in that situation, say, thank God, you reminded me I'm not the body. And when the mind likes something, there again, you begin to say, thank God, you are the one shining through those objects. You who are in my heart. He is expressing through things that appear likable. The likable ones are viewed by God behind them. So what happens? You do not develop agitated type of joy. Agitated type is called harsh. People become so happy and begin to lose control over themselves. That's what happens that's what people wait for. Little celebrations, little things are happening, birthday or festive days, people wait for it. And you don't have to wait for it every day. You want to drink something and someone lovingly brings you a nice cup of tea. It's a harsh. Deep in your heart, what you should say? Thank God. Thank God negative happens. Thank God when positive happens. You tell God, look, I'm not duped by you. When positive happens, you are the one behind. Negative happens, you are the one putting me into process of education, helping me to grow. How wonderful. Negative happens, how wonderful. Look at the eyes of the Divine Mother. Positive happens, how wonderful. But don't trick me. If that type of vision has developed, and you live by it day by day, so certainly ideal is never reached immediately. But your understanding, intellect can understand immediately. It takes very short time for the intellect to understand. But it stays as a theory, and it becomes effective when you begin to bring it in your life. Bringing it in your life, again, is not a simple process. Sometimes you make errors. Then you learn from your errors. You say, God, thank God you made me learn lesson. So deep down, you are not holding on to frustration. Deep down, you are holding on to love of God. That's called love of God. That's called Bhakti. And that Bhakti gives you amazing Shakti. And leads you on to Mukti. Shakti is strength. Mukti is liberation. Now coming back again, simple point. Instead of allowing your mind to lose its energy over likes and dislikes are all changing situations. Allow your mind to have the understanding you can be serene. If mind is serene, the joy you are now gaining, you will not gain by no matter what you get from outside. Or whatever may happen, positive or negative. The joy that you gain is deeply fulfilling. And with deeper insight, joy and sorrow, prosperity and adversity, both are channels of divine love. God is loving you in both ways. Sometimes He will loving, His love expresses more when you are shaken up a little. Mother shows greater love. She took the child into the bathtub. So that type of inner setting has to develop, no matter how you understand it, no matter what religion you follow. The inner setting has to develop, not to let mind go on collecting meaningless impressions. Each time you desire something, on the basis of that, your mind has gathered a data. Each time you have dispelled something, your mind has gathered a data. All those data continue to be updated by your imagination. And the data of all data, your own essential nature, God within you, that's showing miracle in every part of your body. Who is arranging all that? So many cells. Who is guiding them? Who is the general of the army of your positive cells and negative cells? Countless things. If they are presented to you, you will be overwhelmed. They are all happening. Can't you have a relaxed mind and say, thank God? You are ever present with me. So you have to understand now what I mean. Wherever your mind goes, impelled by its distraction, from there bring it back again and again to the self that abides in the heart. Now your sadhana. See the trick of your mind. Mind is playing a foxy game. Switching your attention from what you are, from the reality that is constantly present, shining, switching your attention from the sun, directing your attention to the reflected suns and their miseries. Allow your mind, again coming back, very simple way to understand, learn to watch your mind and develop Sakshi bhavana. Sakshi means just observing what's going on in your mind. And in that observation, when mind works like a uncontrolled fox. I'm joking, but the idea is that when the mind turning its whole attention to external transient situation, one way, positive way or negative way, both are deluded ways. When each time that type of thing happens, or even if nothing is happening, allow your mind to enjoy the presence of the divine self. And for that, you don't have to work. The presence is already there. Your effort is only not to let mind become drowned by either like or by dislike. Drowned. If you swim, there's no harm. Swimming is rather best, very healthy. But don't get drowned. Like and dislike, fine. Enjoy. Be a good swimmer. Your strength lies in diving, not playing with the waves. But handle the waves in a joyous way. And then we say, wave, wave goodbye to the waves. So this type of effort, practice had to go on incessantly, any time, all the time. In early stage, you have focused sadhana you can do at certain times. In advanced stage, you don't wait. It's not the time for praying to sun god, sun is far away. I'll wake him up abruptly. That's joke. Turning to the truth, that doesn't require a special time or a special occasion. It's your constant task. It's not a task, it's a constant, joyous purpose of life. And that's what you gain through integration of your personality. The more you understand what I mean by integration. Do not be like the ignorant who consider body as their only reality. That makes you terribly ignorant. If body is the reality, your mind is now completely ignoring your essential nature, the reality. Also understand that when we say you view the body as the only reality, even in that statement, you do not really know your body, even from a very physical point of view. But coming more to precise instruction that is being given, do not develop the body identity. Your identity is self, Aham Brahmasmi. The Aham in you is absolute reality. Soham asmi, I am, that am I. Deho devalayo prokto, jivo deva sada shiva. Tyajed ajnana nirmalyat, soham bhavena pujita. First consider your body set as a temple. And in that temple, you are all that you do are a kind of offerings, flowers. There comes a stage when you offer the entire body as a flower and shine as I am, the Deva, Devadideva, God of gods. That should be the attitude of living in your body, not blaming the body. Once you were so good, now you are giving me trouble. The Sanskrit word sandeha. Sandeha means doubt. But the word itself is a tricky word. Sangadeha. When you are identified with your body, your mind can never be doubtless. Mind is always gripped by doubt. Because your body will never give you the idea of perfection, of steadiness. You never know how you feel in the morning, how you'll feel in the night. You never know. But if body is your identity, then you have to live with doubt. Am I going to be good or not? Look at others, they also will doubt. Are they going to be helpful? Everything in the world is on shaky grounds. If body is your identity. With body identity, your mind is gripped by sandeha, doubting mind. You cannot have a stable mind. And doubt in Sanskrit is also called dvividha. Every step you take, and your mind questions. Suppose you don't take it. When you eat, should I use the fork or the spoon? I'm joking. So your mind loses the nourishment of faith, steadiness, trust. With every experience, you have put your mind to record a state of vividha, shaking this way and that way, this way and that way. What's the cure? Connect yourself with God through satsanga, etc. Learn the art of mantra, japa, prayer, and allow your mind to understand that as long as the mind goes on swinging in like and dislike, as long as the mind goes on viewing, holding on to a false identity of yours, mind-based understanding of yours is a false identity. Ask the mind, what's my trouble? The mind will say, you have not taken laddus for a long time. Mind will give you quick solutions. And at the same time, will give you a little whip of viveka. That has to be corrected in a progressive manner. You can't correct it at once. But it should come into your understanding that this is your project. Your project is not to find an occasion of seeing your joy, desire fulfilled and be very happy. Your project should be to bring the mind to a state when it is so serene that all the happiness of the world becomes little. Mind is like a lake. And if you calm it down, the sky comes into it. If it is distracted, then fishes and frogs, they become the reality of your mind. So either keep up with your family of fishes and frogs by like and dislike, or reflect the sky. Then if you reflect the sky, then you possess mudita man. Mind is ever delighted in itself. No matter how hard it seems to be, but that's what you have to assimilate by profound understanding. And while assimilating it, try to fake it. Because that has its own role. You create an emphasis by thought, repeated thinking to the mind. Mind is distracted. Now, Buddha is in my heart. I'm a follower of Buddha. I'm growing in the image of Buddha. So your mind, you do what you want. I'm joking, but the idea is no matter how distracted, no matter how restless, allow a little room for affirmation, a positive view. Don't wait until you do some yoga nidra. I'm joking. Of course, that's just a joke. You can practice anyway. Now, when we say body as body identity, you must understand body relates to three bodies. Physical body, subtle body. Subtle body contains your vital forces, mind, senses, intellect, ego, all come under subtle body. The subtle, just to remind you, there are 5 sheaths. First sheath is only your physical body. The 3 sheaths together are called subtle body. 3 sheaths are vital sheath, pranamaya kosha, mental sheath, mind and senses, vijnanamaya kosha, intellect and ego. All these 3 go into to form your subtle body, sukshma sharir. Then deep unconscious is your causal body. So, all the 3 bodies are operating in you. Physical body you are aware of. Simultaneously, you are aware of your mind and senses, how you feel. Even mosquitoes remind you that you have ear. I'm joking. And when you are hearing it, your unconscious is supplying impressions, matching up with what you hear. And your intellect brings about the meaning. All the functions are going on, all the 3 bodies are operating. And nowhere in the 3 bodies you are completely involved. 3 bodies are illusory sense of identity. Just like in dream also you have one body. And you do lots of things with your body, you have even a car. And many, I'm joking, but the idea is in dream, you have the same thing, same set as you were. But you are not in that dream body. And body-related realities, they don't exist. So body identity, coming to very precise way of saying, means deep down you have to develop the understanding, I'm not the physical body, I'm not the subtle body, I'm not even the causal body, which is supported by your unconscious. Your unconscious has lots of impressions and they support your causal state. Even that state is not well defined because of those impressions. So these 3, I am not, that's a profound message of Vedanta. Those who consider themselves as their body, they are driven by mental desires to enjoy objects of the world. Body identity, once you have lost awareness of your true identity, now considering yourself, you are the body, and body-based identity has constant complaints. It has constant desires. So therefore, if you are in that state, then you become puppets of the senses. Senses should be your puppets, but no. You become the puppet. And are subject to repeated births and deaths. And this is the most terrifying situation. Of course, people don't understand it. The cycle of birth and death. In one life, how much challenges you have to face. See, every life goes on, unending. Your mind doesn't open to the higher truth. There's nothing more painful in this world than the teachings of the ignorant, which deprive one of viveka, vairagya, and other luminous virtues. Now, this is the advice of sage Vasishtha and the advice of Valmiki. Education should not be just sufficient to make you earn money. Education must give you some spiritual qualities. True education will give you vairagya, not to go after things that will derange your mind and dump your soul into muck. That's education. And other virtues. Viveka, discriminative knowledge. Humility, absence of pride, conceit, and all those virtues. If those virtues do not develop in your period of education, then your education is completely shallow, not worth the name. Therefore, the Sanskrit saying, Vidya dadati vinayam. If you are properly being educated, you develop inner humility. And humility has another aspect. Internally, you are so fulfilled that you don't need the world to recognize you. Rather, in turn, you want to recognize the good in others. So you live to remind people they are divine. So that type of development, internally, ego doesn't mean anything. So all praises, etc., given to such a person, that person may accept it, etc., but that's a different matter. But they don't shake his inner level, praise or censure. Again, I'm talking about the ideal. Ideal is not reached in one movement, but that's what you go on working for progressively. All spiritual progress, the best characteristic of spiritual progress is humility. Not humiliation type humility. It is a joyous, fulfillment type. You are so fulfilled that you don't need others to recognize and say, oh, you are fulfilled, you are happy. You don't need that type of situation. O mighty Rama, drive away the cloud of illusion from your heart by creating this storm of discriminative vision and abide in the self. Illusion of your heart is like a dark night, forces of darkness. Now these forces of darkness are driven by the storm, explosion of light. Light will float. That's called discriminative vision. Simple illustration. You are in a very dark room and everywhere you look around seems terrible. Ghosts are lurking everywhere, all over. Open the window, let the light come with a whole stormy force, and the darkness goes. Simple point to understand that when you begin to remove mala, gross impurities, The divine revelation doesn't require any effort. It's already there. All that you do is to move, open the window. Inside the room, everything that you have worked hard on it. If you have a picture of the ocean shimmering with the light of the moon, you have worked hard on it. Even if you have this sunrise well painted, and you have brought it for lots of money, you have paid for it by a great artist. All that doesn't match up with just open the window. All the paintings required a lot of work. But the reality doesn't require any work. That's called sahaj. This is an important point. Otherwise, mind says, since you have been miserable all the time, how can you suddenly attain infinite bliss? It's not for you to attain infinite. Infinite bliss is waiting for you. All that you have to do is remove your mala, create a crack. As long as a sustained self-effort in the form of listening to the teachings of the scriptures, reflecting upon them is not adopted, so long spiritual inquiry will not dawn in the mind. Spiritual, all that we understood, listening, reflection, that must go on, beginning with satsanga setting. You go to satsanga, we're listening to the teachings. After listening, as you listen, you go. The next stage sometimes can be simultaneously listening and you reflected, understood. Sometimes you go on understanding it more and more. Great Mahavakyas, you listen, but it requires a lot of reflection. But since you have listened to, you go on repeating those verses and it goes on inspiring. All this plays a tremendous part in your life, satsanga movement. And then I'm talking about the higher level of listening. Listening comes, if you have spiritually sensitive, then even if a Dalvit is saying something wise, you grab it. Not the Dalvit, you grab the teaching. Your listening becomes so artistic that the world around you presents from many sources things that you should learn, things that can make you enriched, strong. The world becomes your multi-aspected guru. That's what listening in a higher level. And sometimes when you are listening to absolute serenity, no sound, that listening is very delightful. Listless listening. Listening without, when there is absolute quiet. How do you experience how soothing it is? Absolute quiet. Pin drop silence. That's putting the finger towards, turning the entire world as a pin, and then drop it. That's the profound manana. Silence that is profoundly eloquent. In this process, as you enrich yourself by listening, reflection, spiritual inquiry becomes spontaneous. That inquiry is, when you use the term inquiry, it gives you the picture of you want to inquire about something, so go after a person, hold the person down, and bring your list. What are the things you want? That's inquiry. Spiritual inquiry, same word is used, but don't get confused. It is just like figuring out, are you hungry or not hungry? Hunger is direct experience. Now, it is not, I'm just giving you still allegorical language. Figuring out who am I, that's an inquiry. Where is this I am? And it's a very relaxed and mature mind. Try to understand that you existed even the body, even before your body was formed. And death of the body has nothing to do with it. That I am. And how go further up? That I am is the I am behind the entire world. Every reflected sun is the sun. Aham Brahmasmi. Now connect this I am to Brahman. That process is an inquiry. And in that process, go on understanding that your constant affirmation, constant assertion, I am the body, has been completely on a dullwit state. This is complete lie. Even as a child who said, this is my body. But what has happened to that body? So don't be body to the body. Spiritual inquiry, who am I? And that's the profound topic of Vedanta. And it should not be grasped in an intellectual way only. Intellect grasp means you are highlighting Rahu in you. See, Puranic demon, Rahu, it's only head, but goes on causing tremendous trouble. Or you become Ketu, only karma. No thinking. No spiritual guidance. Don't talk to me about Brahman. So there are two ways mind operates. Or even you are a sadhaka, your mind goes after. Only do practical. Just count your malas. Count your swadhyaya. Count everything that you do. Go on putting in writing. Someone says, do you understand it? Oh no. These are mantras. I'm going to please Shiva. And Shiva with a trident is going to help me out in my business. That's the operation of Rahu. You deny the opportunity for your head. No head business. or people who just want their head. No work at all. Stay, wake up early in the morning, go in the office, which is at the very higher level of stories after stories. Get confined to your office, your office equipments, and give judgment over all these people working hard. How fortunate am I, not working in the field. I will let you too many jokes. The message is both must come together. Don't give all attention to the head, nor all attention to your karma. Bring together theory and practice. Both must blend. Then your sadhana is really successful. But if you are one-sided, disintegrated, then your theory will be a great trouble. Karma will be trouble, there's no doubt about it. The Rahu and Ketu both are dangerous planetary conditions. And those conditions are based on your karma, your self-effort. If your self-effort is abrupt, then you are encouraging Rahu to take over you or Ketu. I'm leading on to that direction. Therefore, O Rama, pursue the path of wisdom. Practice listening, reflection, inquiry. Cultivate the qualities of discrimination, dispassion, spiritual aspiration. Having cultivated them, protect them from the distractions caused by dullness, procrastination, and other defects of the mind. Enjoy the nectar of samadhi. Samadhi is communion with God, realization in this context, and ascend the rungs of the spiritual wisdom. Continue ascending until the seventh rung of Turiya is realized. Thus proceed on the luminous path of increasing joy until you are immersed in the supreme bliss of the self. And with this we conclude. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.